Okay, Dakota Norton had his own dramas yesterday with a bit of a technical malfunction on the track. This type of rider whose setup would suit Valdesol perfectly. The time tells us that Dakota Norton is back. He's 2.4 up in the top split. He's made his way through the rain at the top. You can see that rain visor on the front of his helmet there, just to keep a little bit of the rain drops and splatter off his goggles. You can see a tear-off lens on the goggles, and he continues to push and accelerate forward. He's 3.9 seconds up at the second split. Dakota Norton is putting something special down here this afternoon.
It's linking together. We were chatting earlier. I was like, man, you just got to trust yourself.
He's on pieces of dirt that no one has touched yet.
Yeah, Dakota will have lines that nobody else can find out here. He's 100% a rider. If he can link this run together, I believe this is a track he could win on.
Launches over that outside rock. Don't even pitter-patter it. Thanks for coming. He's 4.2 seconds up. Dakota Norton is back, and he's fired up after a not so impressive semi-final run. He's been looking effortless all week.
We talked about how important it is to be strong at the bottom of a racetrack too, and even back home in America at all the nationals, Dakota is known for getting stronger as the track goes on. Usually his last split is his best one. If he can keep that trending here, this is going to be a massive run today. Yeah, and it's happening. He's extending another 2 seconds.
5.9 seconds up. Dakota Norton is tearing this track apart. He didn't even make the finals last year. He had a ordinary semi-finals here today, but he's put it together when it counts. Dakota Norton 5.9 seconds up as he comes into the finish arena. Over 20 meters.
Careful.
Hold on.
Full drift.
Two-wheel drift.
Looks like he might have come out of the clip, but he's back in now.
He clicks another gear. He powers to the line. Dakota Norton crosses the line with a 3:43.8. 6 seconds up. Wow, that was incredible. But the man of the moment, Loic Bruni, look at how calm he is. 127 beats a minute in the whoop data. He's ready for this. As he almost tucks the front in the first corner. He did this in Leogang last week. He got all grumpy, but he recovered flawlessly. Loic Bruni. He crashed in qualification in semi-finals yesterday. He put in a great morning, but he's been struggling a little bit with the treacherous conditions out there. Hold on to it, Loic.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how this goes.
2 seconds back, which immediately shows that Dakota put down something special, gets that inside line as we saw earlier here. If anyone can rally and bring this back, it is the man himself, Loic Bruni. He's come off 2 victories so far. If he were to win here, that is a clear statement to the rest of his competitors. Loic Bruni must resettle here and focus back in. He's not riding with the same anticipation we've seen before. He's riding in the moment right now, which may be a little detrimental to the time, Aaron.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It looks like he's trying to be a little cautious, but he has done a couple of lines and a bit aggressive, taking some risk, but it just doesn't seem like it's quite clicking. But he's pulling back a little bit of time here in the middle of the track.
He's definitely pulling back a little bit of time, and as we said, 1.8 is nothing for Loic Bruni. Super Bruni can emerge at any second, and look at the speed. He's now picking up through this lower section here. Yeah, charging hard.
A lot on the line today here when I'm looking at the points. If he can put together another win, this championship is going to start to get a little out of reach for some of these guys, so they need to keep it close, and he needs to have a good run today if he wants to keep that lead growing.
Cutting the finest of margins through this track, hunting for every single centimetre of it. Outside line, carrying good speed. He's lost a bit of time there. He's lost 1 second to Dakota through that middle sector. Launches long off the rock drop. He's coming into the finish arena here. What can he show for us? He's 2.8 back from Dakota Norton.
Yeah, he doesn't look bad. Just looks like he's kind of fighting that flow a little bit. We've seen him so dialed in this year when he's in the zone. Maybe not quite there, but this is still going to be a solid ride for him.
He's almost a victim of his own perfection. Loic Bruni to the line. He's still charging hard. What has he got in store? He's got in store a 3:47, which is good enough right now for the second fastest time of the day. The iconic, the hand wobble, the handshake. We're going to give it a bit in the booth just to get ready.
Yeah.
Troy Brosnan, his mum's here watching, his dad's at home watching. They'll be glued to the television screens right now. Oh, Troy's charging. Go on, Troy. Look at this. That early aggression out of the start gate has paid off because he's 0.2 off Dakota Norton. So are we finally going to see someone try to hold onto it? He almost gets ejected out the front door.
Yeah, he looks to me like he's going for it.
He has grabbed a handful and he has wired that thing wide open. Troy Brosnan, is this what it's going to take to claim victory here today? Charging hard in the upper sector. He has absolutely no need to hold back. He needs to send it from top to bottom, and that is exactly what he is doing on that brand new Canyon downhill bike underneath him. Oh, yeah. Launches into that corner.
Yeah, you can see he's finding the flow here. The track's working with him. He's skipping over the holes, maybe a little wide there, but gathers it up good. Kind of just able to be precise on a track where it is so hard today in these conditions to find those little bits of line.
He's riding with a level of anticipation, and he's riding at a momentum and speed that we haven't seen from a couple of riders. We saw it from Dakota. As you can see, that extra momentum makes a big difference to carry him through the rocks, through the holes and over the roots. Troy Brosnan is within touch. He's 0.8 back at split 2. This is the tightest time we've seen all afternoon since Dakota almost loses the front end in that key section.
Just all the way wide around there, just banging off the edges.
Banging, just absolutely valve bouncing down at the Val di Sole Trentino course. Troy is charging hard. This is an aggression from Troy we have not seen in a little while now.
I was just going to say he's got to fire up the aggression. He knows it, and it looks like he's spot on at the moment.
Good exit out of that corner. Gets a great high line. Good pump out. The aggression. He's 1.4 back. He is well within touch. Key moment here. He's got to exit fast. He exits perfectly. Troy Brosnan.
That entry speed too. Full commitment coming into there. It's so steep. If you enter with that type of speed, you can't slow yourself down.
Troy Brosnan asked Canyon to make him a bike that can win, and they delivered everything he asked for. Will it be enough today? He's 1.7 back. This is the Troy Brosnan we know and love, and he is charging all the way to the finish line. He's got 2 to go. He almost loses the front of the final quarter, Aaron.
Yeah, it was maybe a little tighter than he wanted to be, getting out of there with the exit speed.
He goes past the 20 meter mark.
Awesome run here. Definitely fight for a great finish.
Come on, Troy. He's going to pedal to the line. He has not touched his brakes in seconds. Look at him sprint. One of the most powerful cert riders on the circuit. Troy Brosnan lunges to the line to claim second place. And an incredible run. Just 1.7 seconds back from Dakota Norton.
This could be a massive run. Absolute danger man on this course. The question is going to be, can Finn hold it together? If you're overly aggressive here today, I think this track is going to make you pay. Finn has been on pace since practice day. One of the only riders when it was super muddy first day of practice that actually seemed to really be enjoying the track and working with it.
It's definitely a good call. He's charging. He's 0.6 up. He's 0.6 up on Dakota Norton. So he is right on pace here as he enters into the woods. The first sector we've seen is crucial. Oh, he gets a little bit wild coming down there. He's just got to regain it. Goes mainline with confidence. He's charging hard here. He wants this. Oh, get a little bit held up. He's got to exit with speed here and get back on the gas.
Yeah, you see that momentum right there when he was getting it right, hopping the holes, how much track speed he was carrying, and then you hang it up a couple of times and it goes away pretty quick, but this is looking like a really good run from him so far.
Really good run.
I think him being able to feel good at the top is going to set the tone and give him some confidence too, where he feels like he can keep pushing. I think he's gotten through the hardest part of the track as far as the traction goes. He's got to be careful here to keep the technique good. Don't lean in with his head too strong like he can do sometimes, and keep that front wheel planted to the ground.
He's mentioned before he slightly changed his setup to suit his style. He's a little bit more upright. He can see a little bit more. You can notice that we can see a little bit more of his chin. He's got a better eyesight, and he's a lot more balanced on the bike. He's really getting used to that brand new Olin suspension of his. You can see that heart rate is right back up there. He is firing on all cylinders. The Whoop data coming through strong at 172 beats. Gets that inside line. He's 0.4 of a second up. He's in touch. He's well in touch as we get into the meat of this race. Finn Iles is on one here. He's put that injury from last weekend behind him. He's focused forward and he's fired up to try and reverse the cards and get that win, not only over his teammate, but get the win here in Val di Sole Trentino today.
Yeah, what a boost of confidence. I couldn't believe the result he pulled off in Leogang last week after the thumb injury. And he doesn't look like it's slowing him down at all here today.
Just the
He's
outside
maintaining
line.
the gap.
Finn Iles is on one here. He's 0.5 a second up. He's made up half a second here. Now we saw Dakota Norton made up majority of his time in the second half. Where is Finn Iles?
Come on,
what is
camera
happening?
guy, you're stressing me out.
You are stressing us out.
There
here.
he is.
Where is he, Aaron? Here he comes.
Come on.
Key part, he's got to exit this corner well. Ooh, he lost a little bit of speed there, but has he maintained that 0.5?
Yeah, we missed that section on camera, but I think he's still on pace here. The bike's looking good, not hanging up. Oh, he's losing a little back, full second back now.
Oh, so he's had a bit of a mistake there. He lost 1.4 seconds, so something's happened, which threw not only our cameraman, but threw Finn off. He's got to reset. We've seen plenty of time be made up in this lower section of track. Not only is the race round on the cards, but so is the overall. The overall series lead, 174 on the group heart rate. He charges to the bottom. What's Finn got for us? Can he make up that deficit of 0.9 of a second? Can he knock Troy Brosnan off the second place seat? What has he got for us? The young Canadian crosses the line with a 344 and goes second. 0.9 back from Dakota Norton. He's qualified this season. He's been back on the podium. He's qualified first in our semi-finals yesterday, and now he's back into his familiar and favorite position as the last man down the hill. Amaury Pierron is on track, and he's got it all against him. He would know exactly what Dakota Norton has done. He's watched the course conditions change all afternoon. He's been in this position before. He's one of our greatest mountain bike downhill athletes. Amaury Pierron is on track here in Val di Sole, Trentino.
That looked about as good of a start as you could hope for. What a return this would be if this man can pull this off after everything he's been through with the injury last year. Missed the whole season. Huge injury, a lot of time off the bike. Man, he's looking good. And this, if you were going to pick a track and conditions that would suit Amaury, I would say this is about as good as it gets.
2018.
Oh, man, he's already up by a full second after the first split.
Second, Amaury Pierron is on one. He's over a second up on Dakota Norton. 2018 was the last time we saw Amaury Pierron take the win here. He knows what it takes to win in Val di Sole, and he knows what it is going to take to claim the victory here today.
That looked so good to be able to hop high there and then slow yourself down and go all the way around the inside of that right-hand corner. That takes so much control in the roots to be able to do this. This absolutely looks like the Amaury that we are used to seeing winning these races year after year.
If anyone can handle the pressure and handle the stress coming into a race like this with the weather, with the deterioration of track, with being the last man standing, it's Amaury Pierron. He's been fighting for this moment. He's been thinking about this moment for months and months and months, and this is going to taste as sweet as ever. He's one sector down. He's 1 second up. Oh, he gets the inside line.
Look at that time. I was going to say, I cannot pick this apart at all. It looks like he's doing everything absolutely perfect. The momentum he's carrying, there's no notchiness in his riding. He's skipping over the tops of the holes. Look at that short way down around that corner, just diving it into the outside.
This is incredible. He's 2.7 seconds up. He doesn't just drop over the rocks, he jumps over them. He gets that inside line. We almost saw Troy Brosnan tuck the front end on. He's carrying exceptional speed. Look at the speed and the momentum. Oh, look at that line!
Oh, hold on to it, buddy. Oh, just ping pong ball through there.
Amaury Pierron is charging here, leaving no stone unturned. He's charging down the hill. He gets the pre.
Oh, wow. This is one of those runs.
Favorite bit.
I can't believe what we're watching here. What a return to form. If you thought Amaury was out of the picture, you have made a big mistake.
You have made a big mistake. 4.1 seconds up here. We've been watching Dakota's time be untouched all day, but the man, the myth, the legend, Amaury Pierron, the return is back and in fine form. Oh, he slaps the pivotal corner. Max Commensal, hold on to your hat, mate. Here he comes. This is vintage Amaury Pierron. This is some of the best riding we have ever seen from this young man, and he has picked an incredible moment to pull it back out of the bag. Amaury Pierron continues to lead. He's 4.3 up into the final couple of sectors. Don't lose focus, Amaury, come on!
That's going to do it. He's just got to get around this flat left-hander here, and he's pretty much home free. Hold on to it, buddy.
Hold on to it, buddy. He's made the final corner. There's no Sam Hill incidences here today. He's got one big sprint finish to go. He's over 63 kilometers an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, Amaury Pierron claims the win here in Val di Sole Trentino for round 4 of your UCI Downhill World Cup. What a performance, what a run, what a champion in Amaury Pierron. We'll see if Amaury still remembers how to pop the champagne. Of course he does. Well, Amaury Pierron takes the win here today. Dakota Norton holds on to second place with one of the longest hot sits we've ever seen. Finn Iles, Troy Brosnan in 4th. Loic Bruni rounds out our top 5. Ronan Don slides back to 6th. And Ocean O'Callaghan's in 7th with a great run from the 2 young Irishmen.